Yeah, my name is David Bieber, and I restored this Harley Davidson built in 1945. It's a military model, and I wanted to do something to honor the men that rode these in World War II. And so I'm taking this motorcycle across country, and I'm raising money for the Wounded Warriors. I'm a registered event with the Wounded Warriors. All the money that I raise goes for the Wounded Warriors. None of it goes for gas or any of my expenses. I leave June 1st from the VA hospital in San Diego, California, after showing it to the patients. And I leave at 10 o'clock in the morning on June 1st, and we ride a procession to Gillespie Field, where I'll then put the motorcycle on a trailer and make my next event. And I'll be doing that for the next 15 days, over 4,800 miles across this country of ours, raising awareness for all of our veterans and raising money for the Wounded Warriors. I'm going to find 4,800 or 4,500 Americans across this country to give me $10 each to raise $45,000. So I'm going to be going to these 15 events in 15 days, from San Diego all the way up to Salt Lake City, or through to Chicago, all the way to New Hampshire, and then down to Bethesda, Maryland, and then Washington, D.C. After the first 4,800 miles and 15 planned events at VFWs with Legion riders and hog groups and Harley Davidson dealers, I'm going to then ride the motorcycle 2,800 miles from Washington, D.C. back to San Diego on a southern route, also raising awareness and raising funds.
Why do you do this?
I'm doing it to honor the men that gave us our freedoms. I'm not a veteran. My dad was in World War II and in Korea and Vietnam, and he died at 54 years of age because of injuries that he suffered during those wars. And I'm wearing his dog tag and dedicating the ride to him. My brother was also in the Marines and was in Vietnam, and he died on his motorcycle less than a year after he got back. And so I'm dedicating the ride to them. But not being a veteran myself, but riding free and living free in this great country, I want to do something to thank our veterans, because we all owe our freedoms to our veterans, and more Americans should appreciate veterans and thank them for what they've done. So that's why I'm doing it.
How'd you come across that bike?
Oh, that's a long story, but this bike was built in June of 1945, created and sent to an Army depot in Wyoming. And before it got shipped over the landline through the Bering Straits over to Russia for the Eastern Front, the war ended and it got sold to surplus. A municipality got it and in Wyoming and discarded all the military stuff and just painted it yellow. It eventually ended up on a ranch in Montana where it broke, and so the guy stuffed it into a chicken coop. And there it sat in a chicken coop until a friend of mine acquired it, and then he gave it to me, and then I finally restored it. And the way I restored it is I restored each piece and put it in a box. And when I got done with all of the parts, we put all the parts into a building and did a YouTube video and constructed it in 36 hours and time lapse.
Where's your background work for that part, or what?
Well, I'm not the important. I'm not the story. The story is our veterans. My name's David, and I've been riding Harleys since I was 16, and I've been living in this country and riding. I was born here. I'm born in a military family. Everybody's been in the military except me, and I wanted to do something to thank our veterans. I've been, like I said, riding on Harley since I was 16, and I'm a mechanic. I'm self-employed. And I restore aircraft and licensed aircraft. I'm an aircraft mechanic, and after all that time, I've always wanted to restore a Harley Davidson, and it just happened to be a military one, and I don't have a collection of motorcycles, so I needed to do something with it.
It was meant for you, apparently, yeah. Right? This whole mission, yeah. Right? It was meant for you.
Yeah, it's a journey, and like I said, I leave June 1st, and
what is your website name? On Facebook. You said you're on Facebook.
Yeah, my friends set up a Facebook site, and it is WLA Across USA. So that's capital WLA and then a space and then the word across. ACROSS, another space, and then in capitals, USA. And if you go to that Facebook page, you'll be able to track me when I leave June 1st. We have a GPS tracking device, and you'll also be able to donate to that, or post, or like us. Please like us and share us with your friends, because we need to get monies for our wounded warriors. Now, the wounded warriors are taking care of veterans and soldiers that have fought in Afghanistan and Iraq, and they need specialized help, and they're amputees or they've suffered from the war, and they need professional help. And a guy like me can only raise money. You can't just take these guys to a normal gym or out for a beer and cure things. This is something where they need a lifetime of work, and that's what the Wounded Warriors do. And they're not pro this or anti this. They don't ask the soldiers what party they're voting for, or whether they're pro-gun or anti-gun or anything else. They just ask them, do you need help?
So
that's all we're doing.
Where are you coming? You're LA resident?
No, I was born and live in San Diego.
Okay, so you come to San Diego here.
I was born at the old Balboa Hospital there, and I was born into the military. So
why don't you see on your bike? You can see how you look on your bike there.
Well, this is how I'm riding across the United States. It's built to run. I mean, I went through everything. The Thompson machine gun is a replica. It doesn't even fire caps, and it's wired in. I have my DOT-approved helmet that I'm wearing, and this is how I'm going to be riding across the United States.
June 1st.
I leave June 1st.
So right now they can donate. How would they? Facebook or?
Facebook has a donation site.
Okay.
All the money goes to the Wounded Warriors.
Right.
And so, I'm looking for 4,500 Americans to donate at least $10 each, and all that money goes directly to the Wounded Warriors.
Warriors are based out of where?
Well, the team event that I'm working with is in Florida, and the money is sent to Topeka, Kansas, and it has its organizations in every state all over. I'm a registered event with the Wounded Warriors. Like, my event is with the Wounded Warriors. It goes to the Wounded Warriors site, but it goes to my event site, and you'll see my name on there, David Bieber, and you'll see people who have donated. It shows everybody, and your donations are tax deductible, and you'll receive a tax deductible receipt when you make your donation. But I'm just one event. It's like being in a 5K or any other event. I'm a registered event with the Wounded Warriors, and that's my story.
And your bike runs, you said, like 55 miles an hour?
Yeah, it'll do faster, but its harmonics are 50 to 55.
Okay.
Yeah, and
And you're willing to sell it to somebody who's going to donate the money or whatever you said?
Well, some people have asked, how much? I'll buy that. And I tell them, look, it's $45,000, because that's the amount I'm trying to raise for the Wounded Warriors. They got to collect it in Washington, D.C., because I have to be at these events on the ride there. I have planned events, I have to be there. And but if somebody gives me $45,000 for it, they can pick it up in Washington, D.C. or wherever in San Diego after I'm done with the ride, and all that money will go to the Wounded
So you're
Warriors.
willing to let go of it? You're so much work you put in.
I mean, I'd rather not, but all the money's going to go to the Wounded Warriors. But
Sounds good, sir. Thank you for your time, sir.
no, thank you.
All right, take care.